Okay, chain check and adjustment. Yamaha YZF R125. This one, of course, is my first gen. Now, first of all, I am not a qualified mechanic. This video is a demonstration of how I am going to check and adjust the chain on my bike. What you do with your bike, that's on you. Okay, so the only manual that I have for this bike is the trusty Haynes manual. And the manual says that you are supposed to check your chain slack with the bike on its side stand. Now, you can check your chain slack with the bike up on its stands, up on its paddock stands, but the general consensus appears to be no, check the slack with the bike on its side stand. And the procedure listed in the book is at the midway point between your front and rear sprockets, say somewhere down here, you're meant to measure the up and down movement in the chain, and it should be between 30 and 40 millimeters. And then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to wheel the bike forward a little bit and check again, and move it forward a little bit and check again, so that you get a reference of not just one point of the chain, but you get multiple references across the entire chain. Now, the measurements on my chain are consistently just over the 40 mil, 45 perhaps. So we've gone to the top end of the tolerance, and then we've exceeded it. So it is time that I adjusted this chain. Now, another quick word of warning. These adjusters have been known to seize. I've even known these snap off inside the swing arm on these bikes. So be really careful when you're adjusting yours. One of the first jobs I did on this bike when I first bought it was to slacken off the lock nut here, get some WD-40 on the threads and screw the adjuster in and out. I then put some copper grease on, most of which appears to have disappeared, but hopefully I will have got some of that copper grease inside the threads here, so I hopefully shouldn't have any problem adjusting these. But be very careful if you've never adjusted yours. Now, your axle nut is a 17 mil on the left and a 19 mil on the right. Blimey. Looks like I'm going to have to counter hold this one. Putting up a fight. Okay, that's the axle nut loose. Now, I don't know what size Yamaha were trying to make these. The adjuster bolt is definitely a 10 mil. The lock nut, the closest I could find, was 12. Let's just loosen off that lock nut. There we go. And we'll do that on both sides. Now, to tighten up your chain, what you want to do is you want to move your adjuster out, and you want to make sure that you adjust evenly on both sides. We do have some frame markings that we'll check afterwards, but let's go ahead and gently make some adjustments. And now we'll check. Now you want to make sure that you just adjust a little bit at a time. You don't want to tighten up the chain too much and then have to try and loosen it off. That is as close to 30, maybe slightly over. So now what you want to do is tighten up your lock nut, but keeping your adjuster exactly where it is. But before we definitely lock them down, you're going to want to check those frame markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're right on the 9th one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right on the 9th marker. Okay, I'm happy with that. You could, if you wanted to, you could also get yourself some sort of measuring tool and just measure it. These are exactly where I want them to be, so now it's time to tighten them up. And what you want to do is you want to hold your adjuster so it doesn't move, and then tighten up your lock nut. Okay, let's do a recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're right on that 9th marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now all that remains is to tighten up the axle nut. And you're going to want to tighten it up to the specified torque as well. And that's it, we're done. If I've missed anything or made any mistakes, please let me know so that I don't miss them next time.